PPPC government is building an industry to create meaningful employment for young people. More than 250 persons in Linden will soon be gainfully employed with the establishment of a call center in the mining town. The ICT sector, if properly incentivized, can generate thousands of new jobs through co-investment, providing infrastructural support, state-sponsored training, and employment opportunities for the disabled. This excerpt from the PPPC's manifesto is being realized in real time with this public-private partnership between the Government of Guyana and Midas BPO. Community Talk cameras are here in Linden to talk to the main beneficiaries of this Government of Guyana and Midas BPO partnership, the people of Linden. Is it hard to find work up here as a young person?
Yes, it is.
So what do you think about Midas BPO opening up the call center again up here?
I think it will be a big opportunity for a lot of young Lindeners up here because there's a low percentage of job opportunities up here. So this would be like a boost start for a lot of people.
Sean, tell me a bit about Linden youth's employment up here.
Well, to start with, Linden is a very nice place, but employment as the youths. Most students, when they graduated from secondary school, they have a low rate of employment because due to the fact that we don't have buildings or infrastructures where people could be employed. So employment rate is rather low in Linden. As this is open now, the call center, it will provide a lot of jobs. As you could see from the crowd that has been here that I'm sure you guys have captured, it shows that a lot of youths in the age range between 18 to 25, that's the lowest I will go, don't have jobs because they don't have job opportunities. And most of them do not get into universities or those things because they don't have the amount of funding.
Mr. Sobers would have also spoke about government being facilitating, making sure the building was ready and things like that. What kind of condition was this building in after the Toucan call center left the area?
It was pretty, what should I say? It was not that well. It was very bad because the roof was leaking, the tile was breaking up, and a lot of other things. The drainage and so were very bad. But since the new government took over Guyana, they did this building, and now it is to a better standard.
Tell me about the process here today at Midas BPO. You just came out, you're about to head back home. Tell me about the process.
It was smooth. It wasn't what I expected. I expected a huge crowd like the last time, but this time it was workable. And I'm positive about the opportunity.
So what part of Linden are you from?
I'm from Wismar.
And in terms of employment in Linden, what is that like for young people like yourself right now?
Well, employment in Linden is unemployment in Linden is very high. So I think this is a good opportunity for Lindeners to get employed, develop themselves, and so on.
And is there any particular reason why you didn't want to probably move to Georgetown and find work?
Moving to Georgetown would be inconvenient for me because I don't have any family or close family to stay with. In my case, that's my case.
As a young Lindener, were you ever employed?
Since I came from school, it's been a little challenging for me to find a job, right? So when I heard about this program, this call center opening, I was really a joy because I can finally come out to my home and make a earnest living. And I'm really appreciate the opportunity to be here today.
So would you say there are a lot of young people like you in Linden that finding it hard to find jobs? And probably, have you seen any of your friends out here today applying for a job here at Midas?
Well, looking at the turnout from the registration day, there was like over like 400 persons, right? And that's not even close to the amount of persons that are actually in Linden. So I can imagine how many out there that are unemployed also.
So you scheduled your appointment today. I guess because of the pandemic, they gave you an appointed time to come for your interview session. Are you excited to go through the whole process?
I'm very excited actually. Actually a bit nervous, but I can go through it, yeah.
I'm here with Javina Gordon. So Javina, you're here at the call center. You're going through the interview process. As a Lindener, could you tell me what it's like for persons up here finding work?
I mean, oftentimes we would have heard that in Linden, as it relates to job opportunity, Linden has been very stagnant.
Tell me a bit about the process, the vetting process that you just went through just now.
Well, first they asked us to read something to see how fluent we are, since it's a call center that we are applying for. And we had to call out some states in America, because remember, call center is an international something, so you must know to pronounce certain places in various countries. So yes.
And finally, do you think this is a good thing for the government to partner with private sector companies to bring employment like this to regions like Linden with low employment rates?
Yes, I think this is something great because, young people are having the opportunity, and since the government is partnered with these private sectors, well, we're certain that, these young people will have a salary at the end of the month.
Okay, so tell me, what part of Linden are you from?
Lower Carcara, Spikeland.
All right, so tell me a bit about employment up here, how easy, how hard it is for you and probably people around your age.
Well, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, finding and applying for a job in Linden is like roughly a 4.5. And there's hardly any opportunities up here to, apply.
So with the reopening of the call center by Midas BPO, do you think this is a good initiative for at least government to help with the process, making the building ready for them to come in and just create jobs for young people?
I really do. Because it's difficult to get a job in Linden. It really is.
And you prefer this rather than traveling every day back and forth from town?
Most definitely. I've experienced traveling in Georgetown for my entire school life in high school, and it's rough.
I'm now talking to an Amelia's Ward resident, Kiana Small. She's here at Midas BPO today with the hopes of becoming employed. Could you tell me, how long has it been since you were employed?
Well, it have been 2 years now.
Wow, 2 years. So you would safely say it's really hard to find a job up here in Linden?
Yes, definitely.
So with the call center being reopened, almost 300 persons would be able to get jobs. Do you think this is a good initiative for the community?
Yes, it's a good initiative. It's a very good start. As you can see, there's a lot of young people. So it's a very good start.
This is a part of what we do as our employee engagement with the CEO, kind of to allow you to get to know more of what the culture and what the vision is for the company, right? So as you can see, most of you would have been in the first stage of the application process where you're waiting to fill out your applications, hand in your documents. After that, we go through a process of internal vetting where we meet certain client standards. So we listen for things related to speech and some of your other capabilities. And then we carry you through the interview process, which is the process where we're going to get to know you, find out all the information, see your availability, and see if you're a match. Once we've done that, over the next 2 days, we will select our first group of persons who will start in another week to week and a half from now. So the place may look like if it's far from ready, but we have every intention of by the 15th of October to be live here. right? So we will work around the clock to ensure that we can have employment happening in Linden very soon. So I have been in the industry for 21 years. I've worked as a frontline employee. I started as an agent on the phones, and I worked my way up into management across different companies, consulting, owning. So we run another operation in Belize. That's where we've been operating from 2014. And Midas BPO came about in Guyana in 2020. So we have been operating in Georgetown at 3 locations. Initially, we've consolidated a bit into our headquarters in New Market Street, but we are looking to expand greatly into Linden. Our bigger focus in the next 3 months is ensuring that we can fill this space, we can provide meaningful jobs across a variety of different positions.
You just went through the vetting process there with some of the reps from the call center, looking at your English and things like that. How was that process to you?
Well, it was quite fun because actually I like reading, so it was quite okay. And plus the woman, she really opened up herself to me, helped me to realize a lot. She told me not to be nervous, which indeed I am. So she really helped, keep me motivated.
Now, Midas BPO was able to occupy this building. Government would have refurbished it and stuff. Do you think it's important for government to help companies like Midas to create jobs for young people like yourself?
Well, yes, because here I am looking for a job. So yes, I agree with that.
So Shanella, where are you from?
Half-Mile.
Okay, tell me a bit about Linden. Is it some place where employment is easily found by persons living in this community?
Not really. Work in Linden, forget a good work in Linden, maybe you gotta get people in high positions or so. The most you would get is like a sales girl or something out on the road.
So with the call center being reopened, there's a chance for you to be employed here. How does that make you feel?
Good, because long looking for work. I sent out a couple applications, but nobody didn't call me back or whatsoever.
So you've been going through some of the processes here. You had to do some reading. They're looking at your resume and things like that. How do you feel going through the process? Do you feel confident that you'll be employed?
Yeah, I feel confident. It's not nothing hard. It's just like normal day to day. So, ain't nothing hard.
And are you appreciative that you don't have to travel all the way to town or probably go into the interior? You can stay right here in Linden where you live, where your family is, and work and earn a living?
Yeah, I appreciate it very much.
Ms. Bellamy, what part of Linden are you from?
I'm from Westmount.
So tell me a bit about Linden, finding work in the area and things like that.
Well, I would say the youths have a bit difficulty finding jobs in Linden.
So you're here at Midas BPO. You're going through the interview process. Tell us a bit about the process and how you've been doing so far.
Well, so far I've been doing good. It's just that a lot of persons are here, so I would just say the whole up is a lot, but it's going good.
So the call center is about to be reopened. Do you think this is a good move for Lindeners, being able to work in the community that they live and not have to travel far distances?
I would say yes. It's a good investment, it's a good change, and I think Lindeners will actually grow better with this new project.
You've already established in Georgetown you have a certain amount of employees. Linden has always been plagued with unemployment. You, as a businessman, being able to come to Linden, provide jobs to persons in this community, how does that make you feel to know, well, you're going to make a change?
Well, the way I've always built business, I started in this industry 21 years ago as an agent, as a frontline employee. And I've always had that desire to see other people be successful, grow. Linden, it warms my heart with excitement. I feel like purpose is going to be fulfilled in being able to provide impactful jobs in the community. And it's funny enough that my intent or strategic model has evolved now to where we want to be considered a community impact call center rather than just a profit center or call center. So the intent is to provide jobs that in the lay of things allow the trickle down of economic benefits. Each person has a family and the family buys at the neighborhood store. That money is moving throughout the community, and I want to contribute significantly to spurring that economic drive in Linden.
Would you say government was facilitating in making this a reality?
Absolutely. So I met Minister Singh, and right away, his passion is what drives me to now get this going and let it happen the way that we all hope for it to happen. They've created, in a short space of time, the opportunity for us to be here, to operate, and to go past the big challenges of trying to see if we could find a location, if we can assess the market. Because of their involvement and support and facilitation, we have the opportunity to quickly do what we want to do in Linden, and at a scale that we didn't expect we would be able to.
Opposition members of parliament often speak of the high unemployment in the community. However, they did nothing to create jobs in their short time in office. The PPPC government is answering the cries of the unemployed by way of a solution, by bringing to Linden an opportunity for Lindeners to be employed and work in Linden, while also getting closer to their manifesto promise of 50,000 jobs in their first term.